Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name's Caitlin, and today I'm going to be doing a couple of mini projects with knitting. I'm trying to use up some of my yarn and just do some quick projects, I suppose. Now most of these took 1 or 2 days. There's one which I made a scarf, which did take a lot longer. For this whole video I only used yarn that I had except for one project, which was making a scarf, and I am making a scarf for my husband as we will be going to Norway in November this year. I just wanted to make him something that's going to be warm as it's going to be very cold in Norway. I'm filming this intro at the end. I've already made all the projects, so I already know how everything turns out, but I forgot to do an intro, so hope you guys really like what I make. I will talk you through each of the projects. This is not a tutorial, this is just me as a beginner trying to make some different projects and just practicing my knitting, and I hope you guys like it.
I just need to quickly pause this and interrupt because I'm editing this video now and I realised that my hair significantly changes length in this clip to the next. It goes a lot shorter in the next clip, and that is because I filmed the intro after finishing all my projects, and one of them took me a really long time to film, not because it was a time-consuming project, just because I really hated doing it, and I will sort of go into that later on. But anyway, just wanted to address the fact that my hair really changes.
Today I'm going to be making a crossbody phone bag. I want to make a small bag. I have one ball of faux fur yarn. I'm not following a pattern as usual. I've knitted a couple of rows on these 6mm needles just to see how it would go, and I worked out that I'd need about 12 stitches, and I'm really excited to knit it up. I've knitted so far 3 rows and this is what I've got. I'm not doing knit a row, purl a row, I've just done the knit stitch so far just to see how that would go, and I think so far it's working out fine, so I'm just going to carry on just knitting it. It's not the easiest wool to knit with because obviously it's not very stretchy and the fur covers up a lot of the stitches, but that's only 3 rows and it's already like this long, so I don't think it's going to take very long at all. I'm just going to keep going for a minute. I've got my bag. It does fit over my phone, so I'm going to cast off and then sew up the edges together. Okay, I have a little bag and my phone fits in there perfectly, and I've still got some space in there as well for some other things if I want to put them in there. So now I'm going to make the handle for the bag, and I'm just going to do that. I actually need double pointed needles. I don't currently have double pointed needles. I did it last time using one of these, which essentially is it's an extra long double pointed needle, right? So I'm going to knit onto this instead. I just put on there 4 stitches and then you slide it to the other end. Your yarn is over this side, but you're still going to knit as though it's over here, so and we do that every time. Take it to the other side and knit it from the wrong side. I have my handle big enough now
So I'm just going to cast it off and then sew it up to my bag. The next project that I'm doing is making some fingerless gloves, and I'm doing this with the rib technique. So I'm just doing knit 2, purl 2 again and again, and I'm making it flat, and then at the end I'm going to just sew them together and leave space for the thumb. So that's all I'm doing at the moment. My plan is to make this for my friend as a gift for her birthday. My friend's birthday is actually March, so it's now August, end of August, so you can tell how long it's been since I actually filmed this, and that is, like I said at the start, because of the scarf, and I was just holding off on doing anything with these clips until I finish my scarf. I found it really difficult doing the ribbing. It did not flow as easily as normal knitting, obviously. Like, you definitely had to think about it a lot more, but still, it's something new that I wanted to try. It came out super stretchy and super nice. The black yarn that I used, I already had, so I wasn't buying anything new. This was a really nice handmade present for someone. The reason I wanted to make them fingerless was because we work in an office where we are using our hands all the time for typing and using the mouse, so we do need our fingers to be available all the time. And it can get really cold sometimes over the winter months in our office. Even we wear coats and sometimes people wear hats and things in the actual office. But yeah, I thought this might be something really nice to keep her hands warm while she's working. I am really happy with how these turned out. I would definitely make them again. I love the black. I definitely would do it in other colours as well, but I thought black just goes with everything. You can just wear these with everything, and they're a bit more subtle than like a really bright colour. But yeah, I would definitely make these again. The next project that I'm doing is making some leg warmers, and I picked up these 2 balls of wool from Hobbycraft, and they were about £1 each or something like that in the sale. They were really cheap for me to buy, and I'm going to be making these into some blue and pink leg warmers. I have watched a couple of videos of people making leg warmers, but I'm not following a pattern as usual. I'm just making it up, and I'm going to knit these flat and then sew them together. So my idea is to make the bottom half in pink and then the top half in blue, and then on the other leg warmer just do it alternate, so the bottom half in blue and the top half in pink. and I think that's going to make a really nice pair. I don't know how it's going to look when it's finished, but it's something different I haven't really seen before, and I'm hoping it's going to look nice. I realised for some reason I didn't film sewing the seams together, but that's fine. It's not really exciting to watch anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to point out how lilac these look. I feel like when I picked the ball up it was definitely blue, but now it looks really lilac. I don't know if it's because of the lighting, but in person as well they do look really lilac. I do love the aesthetic of these and the two different colours. I really love that, but unfortunately the function of these isn't exactly great. I'll sort of go into that in the end, but yeah, unfortunately these did not turn out how I wanted. My final project is my scarf, which I made for my husband. I wanted to make him something, and he came with me to Hobbycraft and picked out the yarn himself and the colours, and he asked me to make him a Steelers themed scarf, which was fine. And this took me so long to do because I just found it really boring knitting in the same colour. It wasn't the fact that it was specifically black. I know a lot of people have trouble like counting the stitches or something. I'm not really sure what people are having trouble with the black yarn. I didn't find it to be an issue in that sense, but it was just so boring knitting in one colour. I really love changing colours, I love bright colours, but yeah, this is why it took me so long. I started this project in about April time, I think, and I haven't finished it until August, so it did take me a really long time to do. I was knitting it on the round, so I think altogether on this project there was about 100 stitches or something like that, or maybe even 120 stitches. I went through 4 balls of black yarn, and I didn't quite use a full ball of yellow, not even half the ball really of the yellow, because it was only the stripes that I used. It did take a lot of black yarn though.
So I just want to talk about some of these projects. The first one that I did is my crossbody bag. I have actually worn it once out, and as you can see this is really long. I mean, I can't stand up here and show you, but it comes down really long. I think it just kind of stretched out a bit. I should have really taken that into account when I was making it, that it would stretch, which I didn't, unfortunately. But yeah, I really do like how it's turned out, apart from the fact it's really long. It's kind of annoying, but if I was going to do it again I'd probably just make this a little bit shorter. But other than that, I really like it. Yeah, it fits my phone, it fits my purse, and it fits like a lip balm, so that's all I really take out with me when I go out. And it's so soft, it's really soft. And this one was so quick to make up. I think it took me, like the knitting side took me only a couple of hours, and I'm a very slow knitter, so you know, some people could finish this in no time, I'm sure. But yeah, this one was so quick and easy. I think that the next one I did was my fingerless gloves. I actually gifted those to somebody. I made them for someone else, so that's why I filmed sort of a me trying them on, I suppose, at the time, because I knew I was giving them away. But I really loved how those turned out. They were so cute and they were just perfect. That I knitted in one day. That took a couple of hours to make, mostly because I'm not really used to ribbing. I haven't done a lot of projects that needed ribbing, so that did take me a little while to do, and I was really happy with how that turned out. And my friend who I gifted them to really liked it, so I was really happy. The next one that I did was my leg warmers. I have really mixed feelings about these. Like, I really love the colours that I used, and I love the feel of them. They're so soft. Things I don't like about them, they're just a really awkward length. They are not quite long enough to be how I want them to be. Like, I can't even explain it. When I actually try them on, I really want them to be sort of above the like calf so that they stay on. So the length that I knitted them, I should have tried it on while I was making them, I know, but the length that I made them sort of, it just sits either too high on the shoe, which looks weird, and then it fits perfectly on the calf and doesn't fall down, or if I move it down, it just slides down all the time, so that's really annoying. And also the bottoms curl up, which I don't mind actually that much. Other than that, I really like these. I really wish that they'd been a better length. I think I didn't really anticipate them falling down. I don't know why, but yeah, definitely these ones were a bit of a fail for me. Now I've learnt for the next time. The last thing I made was this scarf. This took me a really long time, but mainly because I hated doing it. Like, I've never made a project where it's just so much with one colour. Like, this is a lot of black to knit. Like, I don't mind, like, I know people say they can't see the stitches when they are knitting up with black, or they can't count the stitches. I don't really know what actually the issue is, but I didn't have that kind of an issue. More just, it was so boring knitting the same colour. I really love how it's turned out. Like, I'm actually so happy with how it's turned out, and like, I feel like it looks quite professional as well. It's double layered because I knitted it on the round and then stitched the bottoms together. So it's nice and warm. It's going to be really nice and warm for when we go to Norway for my husband. And the reason I did these colours was because my husband is a massive Steelers fan. I don't know, you can probably see in the reflection a lot of his like Funko Pops. All of that is my husband's, and he's super into, he loves collecting stuff, as you can tell. Got a lot of vinyls and a lot of Funkos. He's got a whole shelf just full of Steelers. But yeah, he really loves the Steelers. So these are the Steelers colours. Maybe this is a bit bright, but I took him with me to pick the yarn and he chose this yarn himself. And it's 50% cotton and 50% acrylic, so it's going to be warm but not too hot. I know a lot of people don't like changing colours when they're knitting because of weaving in the ends, and I get that. Weaving the ends in is so annoying, but for me, like, I'd rather weave in a lot of ends and have a really colourful project than have just knit one same colour again and again and again, because I find it too boring. Although, that being said, I would more likely wear this than something really colourful. I do wear a lot of black, and I mean, this would probably go with a lot of my items. But still, yeah, I love how this turned out, and my husband loves it. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with how this one turned out. There are definitely some imperfections in the scarf, I would say, but you honestly, you can't tell, definitely, from looking afar. Other than that, it's so, so soft and so cute. I'll show you a close-up of this as well. Yeah, I am so happy with how this one turned out. So yeah, please let me know what you think in the comments. Like I say, I am a beginner. I didn't follow a pattern for anything that I made. I'm literally just making stuff up. I watch a lot of YouTube videos where people do knitting and crocheting. I am learning how to crochet as well. As you can probably see, I haven't really posted in a really long time, and that's because I work full-time and my work has been it's been a demanding few months. We've been really short-staffed. I've been doing a lot of overtime. I'd like it, don't get me wrong, I really love my job, and I really love, you know, that's my paid work. This is just a hobby, and that's my paid job, and so when it demands more of my time and effort, my time and energy, I just have to do that, and that's what I have to do. And so I have been still doing projects, but just not filming. So I've done a couple of crochet projects actually, and I'm really excited to show you guys what I've been making. And I'm still, again, really slow. I'm still a beginner of crocheting, of course, but I'm so excited to show you guys some of the projects I've been doing, and hopefully make some videos of doing crochet as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you have any suggestions for any future videos you'd like to see, please let me know. And thank you very much for watching.
Why on earth would a museum put a mummy in it?